There's a lot I've come to realize recently. Basically, the main point is the world is changing. The world is changing whether we like it or not. Big changes are going on spiritually, mentally, physically, and on a level that many people don't understand, and on a level that people who aren't awake don't understand. If you are awake, however, you understand what it's like to have access to certain intelligence, certain knowledge, certain power, and you understand what it means to be a human being, more or less, through the truth that you've discovered out of the actual fraud that you live under. That's what I believe being awakened is. It's discovering the fraud, accepting that you've made bad choices, accepting that we are forced to live a life that human beings aren't meant to live under. And that's the problem that we undergo a lot. And I will literally prove that to you. I can prove that to you in many different ways, but here's where it all starts. It's in my very being to literally fight against evil, fight against the tyranny that exists in our government. And as human beings, as men, that is what we do. That's what we are bred for. That's what we live for. We're born to be ready. We're born to be hungry and to scream when they tell us to hush. We're born to make manifest the glory that's within us. I can go on and on about that, but here's some of the main things that basically is what allowed me to wake up. Just the what's going on through the DEA, the NSA, the CIA, FBI, the use of Al Qaeda, the use of Congress and the lack of thereof Congress. I can go on and on and on about the certain political aspects that have now affected the attack on our conscience, the attack of our spirit, and now it's more than just an economic and political and geological war that we are now facing. It is now a spiritual war and a war on what it actually means to be a human being. And that's when I wake up. That's when I say, hey, you're pushing me into a corner and you're now forcing me to fight back. You're now forcing all these people who are actually leaders and who are actually awake to start realizing that we need to do something about it. And it's not about waking up anymore. It's now about doing something, using what it means to be a leader to fight what people believe it means to be a dictator. There's dictatorship going on. There's an attack on liberty. There's an attack on leadership, on what it means to be a leader. There's fear and jealousy that rules the lives of people, that give them excuses to have them continue to live the lives that they live. They'd rather live in ignorance, and ignorance, I tell you, is weakness. Ignorance is the very thing that keeps you in the position that you are in. And I will not stand for people to live in ignorance. I will not stand for people to not know the truth, or for people to rather live in fraud rather than live in truth. It's not... It literally goes against every fiber and every cell in my body to live in a society where we're forced fed material in our brains, force-fed material in our lifestyles that's forcing us to separate us, alienate us, and create loneliness between our fellow human beings. We're living in a society that basically makes it okay to push each other away, to destroy a family. And we've lost what it means to have a family. We've lost what it means to have trust in fellow human beings. And we are now, and life is not about living in fraud anymore. It's about living in trust, living in truth. That's what I'm here to do. I know what it means to human being. I literally have the ability to give you the knowledge of the truth for access to iodine, for access to nutrition, for access to ways that your body can grow and be the human being that you are. And it's literally being replaced by technology that's not under your control. You're not allowed access to the very things that's controlling your life. You no longer have access to what it means to be a human being, and you're being pushed. Your free will is literally being taken away from you, and more than that, and it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And the point I'm trying to make is we need leaders to help stand up and fight for America, fight for men, fight against the tyranny that's we are all succumbing to.